Hello users and welcome to a hot new Flicks Done Quick. And in this review I will be reviewing The Prince. And basically the plot is a daddy, eating pizza, talking to his baby daughter, and then boom, she's gone. And it turns out he's like an ex-assassin hitman kind of guy who accidentally killed someone else's family, like, way in the past. So, basically, his daughter goes missing and then and goes accidentally, just by happenstance, to the city that, like, he was from. And then he has to go back and rescue her. And because he goes back to that city, everyone recognizes him and tries to kill him. So it's like a kind of a war thing. One thing I liked about this movie is that there's so much established backstory of the movie that, like, it feels like it's like a part 2, but there is no part 1. At least not to my knowledge. But I really did enjoy the kind of way that it made the story go. Because, like, it's a relatively short movie. It's an hour and a half, but action movies aren't typically that long. But it didn't, like, it cut down a lot of the filler that I thought usually action movies have a lot more filler. And, like, it kind of very easily established the setup of, like, oh yeah, this guy's rolling through his old neighborhood, but, like, it made it seem like it was a genuine thing. I don't know, in my opinion at least. I thought the way that they established the backstory without focusing on the backstory was pretty good, and it made the film feel more like a cohesive universe as a result of it. So that's one thing a lot of action movies, and movies in general, don't do enough, is just a lot more established backstory. I just think it's cool. So I mean, it's like the action is good, the choreography is good, the music is good, the characters are all pretty good. I mean, it's a straight run-of-the-mill action movie. It's like one of those, like, both sides are bad, but you don't want to see, like, the daughter get killed, so, like, you have to root for one side, I guess. Like, there's not much really of a surprise. Everything in this movie is pretty predictable, but I mean, it's still fun to watch. Like, action movies generally, you don't watch them for extremely amazing storylines. At least I don't. Like, there's some with good storylines, but I feel like those aren't typically the more action-oriented movies. I feel like movies that are straight action is just like, I want a decent excuse to see a bunch of people get shot and killed, and that's what this is. And if that's the kind of approach you're taking to watching a movie, then this is your movie. A few scenes I liked was, I liked the scene where he goes into the gun shop and his old friend is dead, but he's talking to his son. I thought that was a pretty good scene. I like the scene when he walks into the bar and then the guy recognizes him and, like, talks him down from killing someone. I thought that was pretty good. When they're kind of, like, slowly, like, introducing us into who this guy actually is and stuff like that. One thing that was pretty interesting is that, like, the first half, I guess, of the movie is maybe not half. Well, I still have it on Netflix. Let me figure it out. Scanning through the progress bar. Yeah, really the first half is kind of more so of an exposition, like an investigative thriller, and then it gets into the hardcore action. And, like, for the first half, like, a girl, like, an annoying girl, like, the daughter's friend is kind of there, like, stringing him to, like, where he needs to go. And I thought that was mostly well done. I kind of forgot about that, honestly, just because the second half is just so filled with shit. But yeah, the first half does have a lot of exposition now that I think about it. But I don't know, I think it's the good kind of prologue stuff, though. I thought the girl was a little bit annoying. I felt like he could have probably just been way less vague, and, like, a lot of those interactions wouldn't have happened. I don't know, the writing with this other girl is kind of silly, in my opinion. But really that's all there is to say. It's just a run-of-the-mill action shooter. And I think saying anything else is just a waste of everyone's time, so...